Welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be talking about homecoming activities here on campus, and my guest today is Nichole Iacuzio, the Vice President for Campus Activities here at Troy University with the Student Government Association, and obviously a lot of activities planned for the campus during homecoming week.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
And homecoming is traditionally, when people think of homecoming, they think of alumni. It's obviously the opportunity to invite alums back to campus, to see the campus, all that sort of stuff. But it really, truly has become one of the biggest events for students and student organizations on campus, right?
Yes, it is huge. Definitely one of the most active and involved weeks, I think, on campus, especially during the fall semester.
And SGA is mainly in charge of planning all of these events and activities that go on. Obviously, I would think that could be a little daunting, especially if you're the person in charge of activities.
Yes, it is a little bit of a task to undertake, but it's definitely worth it, and it's looking like it's going to be a great week.
And so why does the SGA do this? Why bring activities for the students to get involved?
It's exactly that. It's a way for students to get involved, to show, it's not just the alumni that come back here, and it's a great way for them to build up those Troy memories while they're here, so that way in the future they'll want to come back for homecoming because they'll know, oh, I remember doing the skit competition. I remember building floats and staying up the night before the parade till midnight making these things. So it's a way for them to build memories, to draw them back here in the future, so that way they feel that connection to Troy.
And now, there are some new things going on for homecoming this year, and we're going to get into that later. But let's talk about the traditional activities SGA puts on. Obviously, there's some the mainstays that everyone gets involved in and gets excited about. Tell us a little about the activities, the traditional activities for homecoming.
Of course, it is a huge competition, all of homecoming, between female, male, and co-ed divisions. And the main traditional events are, of course, dance night, skit night. You have the parade float competition and banner. So those are the main things that are just going to be staying, that everyone is typically what they expect from homecoming. So this year we'll be doing those. Monday night at 7 is going to be the dance competition. Wednesday at 7 will be skit, which this year we've thrown in a little bit of fun. We're going to do a grab bag, so the groups don't know what they're going to have to incorporate into their skit until about 24 hours beforehand. So that should be funny. And then, of course, we'll have the banner turn in on Friday, which everyone will be able to see all the banner entries outside of Tailgate Terrace when they walk into the football game. And the parade is actually put on by the city of Troy, will be taking place downtown at 10 o'clock that Saturday, right before the game.
But students have a chance to put their floats in there and get judged on their floats in the parade. So obviously an opportunity for a lot of people to get involved, a lot of students get involved. But one of the things this year I know that the SGA has put some emphasis on is getting more people involved with the homecoming activities. I know Greek organizations and the bigger organizations always get involved, but you're trying to get more individuals involved. How are you doing that?
Yes, we definitely want to make sure that students know you don't have to be a part of a giant organization to enjoy homecoming and to be able to get up into the festivities. But we're going to be having a bunch of individual competitions. So starting out that Monday, we'll be having a daily trivia every day. At about 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll post a question, and everyone whose answers are in by 4 o'clock that evening, if you have the right answer, we're going to throw your name into a drawing, and whoever gets the drawing is going to be our winner for the trivia. And that'll just be fun Trojan facts and riddles that hopefully students can come up with the right thing. And then
anybody that's taken orientation should have an idea.
Yes, hopefully.
Right? So if they did well in orientation.
Yes, okay. If you skipped orientation every week, you might have a problem with it. But if you have been on the Troy campus, hopefully you'll be able to answer them. And then, of course, we're going to be having our Facebook photography contest where we want students to go out and take pictures that best show their Trojan pride, whether it's in front of the fountain, wearing their Troy gear at a football game, and they'll have to email those to us right before homecoming. So on November 4th, it's a Friday, you have to get those entries in by 4 p.m. If you email it to campusevents@troy.edu, we'll be taking those and putting them on an album on our Facebook page. So if you go ahead and like the Troy University Student Government Association on Facebook, you'll be able to vote for your favorite picture, and whoever's picture has the most likes will win a prize and, of course, get to see their picture on the page and stuff, and have bragging rights, of course. Bragging rights are always important.
Of course.
And then we will also be having an individual banner contest, which I know a lot of students, they love looking at the banners and say, oh, it would be so fun to do something like that, but not all of us have the manpower to paint a giant queen-size sheet. So we're doing it with a pillowcase. So if you and up to 4 friends get together, you can paint a pillowcase and submit that, and we'll be judging that as just like we do regular banner, and also displaying those on campus for everyone to see when they come back over the weekend. And then we're also having a letter drive, which isn't very much of a competition at all, but just because it falls on Veterans Day, we're trying to collect 1,111 letters, 1111, to send to the troops that are overseas.
And now, you mentioned Veterans Day, and that falls in the middle of homecoming week.
It does.
Or the end of homecoming week. Homecoming, we haven't mentioned yet, is November 12th.
Yes.
But with the Veterans Day being the Friday before, does that cause any problems for the homecoming events?
It doesn't really. Unfortunately, it does give students a chance to leave campus because they won't be here for classes. And I know alumni might find the problem of trying to come here, see faculty, and having them not here because the campus will technically be closed that day. But for students who are planning and working on things for the pep rally that night and for the parade the next morning, I think they're definitely going to appreciate not having to be in class that day. So
especially you with a little bit extra time.
Yes,
because you have that pep rally to plan for Friday.
Yes, the pep rally will be Friday. It's going to start at 5:45 and it'll end with fireworks, which will be really fun. But that'll definitely be a blessing in disguise to have that morning off and not have to go to classes.
And of course, you mentioned there the pep rally is Friday night that week, which is a change. It's usually on Thursday night. But there's also another bigger change that it's not in Trojan Arena, right? So
no, it's not. It's going to be right on the quad, right outside. So that way we really get the football players will be able to walk down up the aisle in between all the crowd and the students. And I think everyone will really enjoy that. Plus, it'll be outside so we can see the fireworks. Right at the end of the pep rally, we're going to go into a fireworks show. So it's going to be great.
So is there an outdoor big pep rally for everyone to get involved?
Yes.
You know, and you do it because you want the alums to be able to get involved with that,
Definitely.
right?
We want the alumni who are coming back to Troy for the weekend to be able to come to the pep rally, get in the spirit, and also the community as well. Everyone around here is invited. It's going to be right outside, so you don't have to worry about space at all.
And of course, you get that fireworks display there
yes,
at the end.
Who doesn't love fireworks?
Fireworks, it just makes everything more fun.
Yes.
So now, the homecoming game itself, also the announcement of homecoming queen, right?
Yes,
so.
At halftime during the game against North Texas, we'll be announcing our homecoming queen. They'll be introduced at the pregame show.
Okay.
Pregame show starts at 2 o'clock, so they'll be introduced there, all of the candidates, and then 2:30 is kickoff, and halftime, that's when we'll be announcing our queen, which will be exciting to see who wins, and we're doing it through interview process again this year. And then at the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th, is when we'll announce all of the winners for the actual male, female, and co-ed competitions.
Okay. Well, sounds like it's going to be another fun week of activities starting on November 7th and ending on homecoming day on November 12th.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much.